me describe two people to you, and tell me which one sounds more familiar. Person A makes $68,000 a year, nothing exceptional, but they understand money. They know exactly where every dollar goes. They can explain compound interest, tax brackets, asset allocation, dollar cost averaging. They make informed financial decisions. They negotiate their salary. They optimize their tax withholdings. They understand the real cost of debt. They're building wealth systematically, month after month, year after year. They're not stressed about money. They're in control. Person B makes $73,000 a year, actually more than Person A, but they're completely lost when it comes to money. They couldn't explain the difference between a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA if their life depended on it. They don't understand how their 401k works. They have no idea what their effective tax rate is. They signed a mortgage without really understanding the terms. They lease a car because the dealer made it sound like a good deal. They're making financial decisions in the dark, hoping they're doing the right thing, but never really knowing. They're stressed constantly. Money controls them, not the other way around. The difference between these two people isn't intelligence. It's not education level. It's not even income. Person B makes more. The difference is financial literacy. Person A understands how money works, Person B doesn't, and that knowledge gap is worth hundreds of thousands, probably millions of dollars over a lifetime. Here's what's crazy. Person A didn't learn this stuff in one big educational push. They didn't take a course or read 50 books or get a finance degree. They built financial literacy through tiny daily habits. Small, consistent actions repeated over time that gradually build an expert-level understanding of money. If you've ever felt lost when it comes to money, if you've ever made a financial decision and had no idea if it was the right choice, if you've ever wished you understood this stuff but felt overwhelmed about where to start, this video is going to change everything. My name is John, and I've spent years studying how people actually become financially literate, not in theory, but in practice. And what I've discovered is that financial literacy isn't built through big, dramatic actions. It's built through tiny habits that compound into expertise. If this resonates with you, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, because what I'm about to share could be worth over $1 million to your future self by helping you avoid costly mistakes and make smarter decisions. Here's what most people get wrong about financial literacy. They think it's this big, intimidating mountain they need to climb. They think they need to read textbooks, take classes, study for hours, become an expert overnight. And because that feels overwhelming and impossible, they never start. They stay financially illiterate their entire lives because they're waiting for the perfect time to learn everything all at once. But that's not how expertise is built in any domain. You don't become fluent in a language by studying 12 hours one weekend. You become fluent by practicing 15 minutes every single day for years. You don't get physically fit by doing one massive workout. You get fit by exercising consistently, little by little over time. Financial literacy works the same way. It's built through small daily habits that accumulate into deep understanding over months and years. The 9 habits I'm about to share are specifically designed to be tiny. None of them take more than 10 minutes per day. Most take less than 5. You can start all of them today. You don't need any special knowledge or tools or money. You just need consistency. Do these 9 things regularly, and in 12 months, you'll understand money better than 90% of people. In 2 years, you'll be making financial decisions that most people never figure out. In 5 years, you'll be wealthy while everyone else is still confused. If you've ever... Number 1. Check your bank balance and credit card balances every single morning. This is the foundational habit that everything else builds on. Every morning, before you do anything else, open your banking app and look at your checking account balance, savings account balance, and credit card balances. That's it. You're not making decisions. You're not analyzing. You're just looking. 30 seconds. But this habit does something profound. It makes you conscious of your money. Most people are unconscious money managers. They have a vague sense of how much they have, but they don't really know. They swipe their card and hope there's money in the account. They make purchases and discover 2 weeks later that they overspent. They're flying blind. This habit turns on the lights. When you check your balance every morning, you know exactly where you stand. You become aware of how yesterday's spending affected today's balance. You start to see patterns. You notice when you're spending more than usual. You catch fraudulent charges immediately. You never overdraft because you always know what's available. But the deeper benefit is psychological. When you look at your money every day, it stops being this vague source of anxiety and becomes concrete data you can work with. The stress comes from not knowing, from financial fog, from being out of control. The moment you start tracking daily, you regain control, and control eliminates stress. This is the gateway habit. It takes 30 seconds and it changes everything. Start tomorrow morning. Check your balances first thing. Do it every single day for 30 days until it becomes automatic. Everything else builds on this foundation. Tiny habit number 2, read one personal finance article or watch one financial education video every single day. Financial literacy is knowledge-based. You need to understand concepts, terminology, strategies, how things work. And the way you build that knowledge is through consistent micro-learning. One article per day, one 10-minute video per day. That's it. Not 3 hours of reading on the weekend when you're motivated. Not binge-watching finance content for one day and then nothing for 3 months. One piece of content every single day, forever. Number 1, math on why this works. 1 article per day is 7 per week, 30 per month, 365 per year. If each article teaches you one new concept, one new strategy, one new insight, you've learned 365 things in a year. In 2 years, you've learned 730 things. You are now more financially educated than someone who took a college personal finance course, and you did it in 10 minutes per day. The compound effect of microlearning is staggering. Small amounts of knowledge accumulated consistently become expertise. But you have to be strategic about what you consume. Don't just scroll random finance content. Follow credible sources. Read articles from the Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg, Investopedia, reputable finance blogs. Watch videos from established financial educators, not get-rich-quick gurus. Focus on foundational topics first. How credit scores work, how tax brackets work, how compound interest works, the difference between stocks and bonds, how 401ks work, how mortgages work. Build the foundation first, then expand into advanced topics. Here's how to implement this habit. Pick a time every day when you'll do your finance reading. For most people, it's morning coffee or lunch break or right before bed. Set a reminder on your phone. When the reminder goes off, read one article or watch one video. Mark it done. Repeat tomorrow. Within 3 months, you'll know more about money than 80% of people. Within a year, you'll be functionally expert level in personal finance, and it costs you 10 minutes per day. Tiny habit number 3, track one purchase decision per week with a 5-minute cost-benefit analysis. This habit builds your financial decision-making muscle. Most people make spending decisions on impulse, emotion, social pressure, convenience, anything except rational analysis. This habit teaches you to slow down and actually think about whether a purchase makes sense. Here's how it works. Once per week, pick one purchase you're considering. Anything over $50 works well. Could be new shoes, a subscription service, a meal out, a gadget, anything. Before you buy it, take 5 minutes to write down 3 things. 1. The total cost, including all hidden costs, not just the sticker price. If it's a subscription, calculate the annual cost. If it's something that needs accessories or maintenance, include that. Get the real total cost. 2. The actual benefit you'll get from this purchase. Be specific and honest. Will you actually use this thing? How often? For how long? Does it solve a real problem, or is it just a want? 3. Alternative uses for that money. If you didn't buy this, what else could you do with the money? Save it? Invest it? Buy something you need more? Pay down debt? Math analysis takes 5 minutes, and 50% of the time, you'll realize the purchase doesn't make sense, and you won't buy it. That's money saved through conscious decision-making. But the real value is that you're training your brain to think critically about spending. After a few months of doing this analysis weekly, you'll start doing it automatically for all purchases. You'll instinctively calculate total cost. You'll instinctively question whether you need something. You'll instinctively consider opportunity cost. Your spending will become rational instead of emotional, and rational spending is how wealth gets built. Implement this habit by picking one day per week, let's say Sunday, when you review any purchases you're considering making in the coming week. Spend 5 minutes writing out the 3-point analysis for one of them. Just one, not every purchase, just one significant one per week. Over time, this analytical framework becomes second nature, and you apply it unconsciously to everything. Tiny habit number 4. Update your net worth calculation on the first of every month. Your net worth is the single most important number in your financial life. It's everything you own minus everything you owe. Assets minus liabilities. And tracking it monthly does something powerful. It makes wealth building tangible and measurable. When you see your net worth increase every month, even by small amounts, it creates momentum and motivation. When you see it decrease, it's an early warning signal that something's wrong. Here's how to do it. On the first of every month, open a simple spreadsheet or use a free net worth tracking app. List all your assets: checking account balance, savings account balance, investment account balances, retirement account balances, value of your car, any other assets you own. Add them up. Then list all your liabilities: credit card balances, student loan balances, car loan balance, mortgage balance, any other debts. Add them up. Subtract liabilities from assets. That's your net worth. Write it down. Compare it to last month. That's it. 10 minutes, once a month. This analysis. Here's why this habit is transformative. When you track net worth monthly, you're forced to confront reality. You can't lie to yourself about your financial situation. The number is right there. And when that number goes up, even by $500 or $1,000, you get a dopamine hit. You're winning. You're making progress. It becomes addictive. You want to see that number go up next month too. So you save more, you pay down debt faster, you avoid wasteful spending. The simple act of measuring creates behavior change. Additionally, tracking net worth gives you perspective beyond just checking account balance. Someone might have $2,000 in their checking account and feel broke, but when they calculate net worth and see they have $45,000 in retirement accounts and only $8,000 in debt, their net worth is $39,000 and growing every month. That's not broke, that's building wealth. The big picture matters more than the day-to-day balance. This habit gives you the big picture. Start this habit on the first of next month. Set a recurring calendar reminder. When it pops up, spend 10 minutes updating your numbers. Watch your net worth grow month after month. That trend line going up and to the right is one of the most motivating visuals in personal finance, and it only costs you 10 minutes per month. Tiny habit number 5. Negotiate or optimize one recurring expense every quarter. Most people set up their recurring expenses, bills, subscriptions, services, and then never think about them again. They pay the same amount month after month, year after year, even as prices increase or better deals become available. This habit breaks that pattern. Every 3 months, pick one recurring expense and either negotiate it down or find a better alternative. Quarter 1, call your car insurance company and ask if there are any discounts you qualify for, or shop competing quotes and switch if you find a better rate. Most people can save $200 to $500 per year on car insurance just by asking. Quarter 2, call your internet provider and ask what promotions they're running for existing customers, or threaten to cancel and see what retention offers they make. You can usually save $20 to $40 per month. Quarter 3, audit your subscriptions. Cancel anything you're not actively using. Most people have 3 to 5 subscriptions they forgot about. That's $30 to $100 per month recovered. Quarter 4, review your cell phone plan. Can you downgrade to a cheaper tier? Can you switch to a budget carrier? You can often save $30 to $50 per month. Here's why. Do this every quarter. 4 times per year, you're optimizing one expense. Over the course of a year, you potentially saved $1,000 to $2,000 just by asking questions and making switches. But the deeper benefit is that you're training yourself to see recurring expenses as negotiable rather than fixed. Most people accept the price they're quoted and never question it. You're learning that everything is negotiable. That mindset shift alone is worth tens of thousands over a lifetime. Implement this habit by setting quarterly reminders: January 1st, April 1st, July 1st, October 1st. When the reminder hits, spend 30 minutes that week negotiating or optimizing one bill. Track the savings, celebrate the wins, reinvest the saved money into wealth building. Tiny habit number 6, spend 10 minutes every Sunday planning the week's spending and meals. This is the habit that prevents financial leakage. Most people don't plan their week, they wing it. They wake up Monday with no food in the fridge and buy breakfast on the way to work. They get hungry at lunch and order delivery. They get home exhausted and order takeout for dinner. They overspend on convenience all week because they didn't spend 10 minutes planning on Sunday. Here's the Sunday routine. Spend 10 minutes planning your meals for the week: breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. Write down what you're going to eat and when. Make a grocery list based on that meal plan. Then look at your calendar for the week. What events do you have? What expenses are coming up? Bills due? Social events? One-time purchases needed? Write them all down. Now you have a spending plan for the week. You know what you're eating, what it costs, what expenses are coming. You're prepared instead of reactive. This 10-minute planning session typically saves $100 to $200 per week by eliminating impulse food purchases and last-minute convenience spending. That's $5,200 to $10,400 per year. Over 30 years invested, that's $906,000 to $1.8 million. A 10-minute weekly habit is worth nearly $1 million in lifetime wealth. Let that sink in. The benefit isn't just financial. Planning reduces stress. You know what's coming. You're not caught off guard. You're not making decisions when you're hungry or tired or stressed. You made the decisions on Sunday when you were calm and rational. The rest of the week, you just execute the plan. This habit creates both wealth and peace of mind. Start this Sunday. Spend 10 minutes planning meals and expenses for the week. Do it every Sunday. Within a month, you'll notice your weekly spending drop significantly and your stress level decrease proportionally. Tiny habit number 7. Learn and implement one new financial optimization every month. This habit ensures you're continuously improving your financial systems. Every month, pick one area of your finances and optimize it. Month 1, set up automatic transfers to savings so you're paying yourself first. Month 2, increase your 401k contribution by 1%. Month 3, set up automatic bill pay so you never miss a payment. Month 4, open a high-yield savings account and move your emergency fund there for better interest. Month 5, consolidate your credit card debt to a lower interest rate. Month 6, adjust your W-4 to optimize your tax withholding. Each optimization takes maybe an hour to research and implement, but once it's done, it runs on autopilot forever. After 12 months, you've made 12 optimizations. Your financial life is now 12 times more efficient than it was a year ago. You're saving more automatically, you're earning more interest, you're paying less in fees and interest, you're avoiding late payment penalties. Every system is optimized, and it costs you 1 hour per month. Here's the implementation strategy. On the first of every month, after you update your net worth, spend 1 hour researching one financial optimization. Google how to optimize X, where X is the area you're focusing on. Read 3 articles, pick the best strategy, implement it immediately, mark it done, move on to a new optimization next month. Within a year, your finances will be running like a well-oiled machine. The benefit habit number 8. Have one money conversation with your partner or accountability buddy every week. Financial literacy isn't just knowledge in your head, it's behavior in the real world. And behavior is heavily influenced by accountability and social reinforcement. This habit creates both. Every week, sit down with your partner if you have one, or a trusted friend if you're single, and have a 15-minute money conversation. What did you spend this week? Were there any unusual expenses? Are you on track with your monthly budget? Any financial decisions coming up that you need to discuss? Any wins to celebrate? Any mistakes to learn from? This weekly check-in keeps money top of mind. It creates accountability. If you know you're going to have to report your spending to someone every week, you're less likely to make impulsive purchases. You're more likely to stick to your plan. And when you celebrate wins together, it reinforces positive behavior. Additionally, talking about money regularly normalizes it. Money stops being this taboo, stressful topic and becomes just another thing you manage together. You get comfortable discussing it. You get better at articulating your financial goals and concerns. This communication skill is worth its weight in gold, especially in relationships where money conflict is one of the top causes of breakups and divorce. Implement this habit by scheduling a recurring weekly money date. Sunday evening works well for most people. Put it on the calendar. Make it non-negotiable. Spend 15 minutes reviewing the week's finances together. Over time, this habit creates financial alignment, accountability, and continuous improvement. Tiny habit number 9, spend 5 minutes before bed every night visualizing your financial goals and reviewing your progress. This is the habit that maintains motivation and direction over the long term. Building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes years, sometimes decades, and it's easy to lose sight of why you're doing it. This habit keeps the destination in focus. Habit number: every night before bed, spend 5 minutes on financial visualization. Close your eyes. Picture your life when you've achieved your financial goals. What does financial freedom look like for you? Retiring at 55? Having $1 million invested? Owning a paid-off home? Being debt-free? Not worrying about money? Visualize it in detail. What are you doing? How do you feel? What opportunities do you have? Let yourself experience the emotion of financial success. Then open your eyes and review your progress. Look at your net worth trend. Look at your savings rate. Look at your debt paydown progress. See how far you've come. Acknowledge the progress, even if it's small. Then think about tomorrow. What's one small financial decision you can make tomorrow that moves you closer to your goal? Then go to sleep with that intention in mind. This nightly practice does two things. One, it keeps your long-term goals emotionally alive. When you can feel the destination, the daily sacrifices become easier. You're not just restricting spending for no reason. You're building the life you actually want. Two, it creates a positive feedback loop. You see progress, which motivates you, which drives more positive behavior, which creates more progress. This upward spiral is what separates people who achieve their financial goals from people who give up halfway. Start tonight. Spend 5 minutes before bed visualizing financial success and reviewing progress. Do it every night for 30 days and see how it changes your relationship with money and motivation. Now let's talk about what happens when you actually do all 9 habits consistently, because the compound effect is staggering. Habit 1, daily balance checks, makes you conscious and prevents overspending. Savings, $200 per month from avoided impulse purchases. Habit 2, daily learning, builds expertise that helps you make better decisions, worth thousands over time. Value, conservatively $500 per month in better financial choices. Habit 3, weekly purchase analysis, prevents bad buying decisions. Savings, $300 per month. Every night. Habit 4, monthly net worth tracking, creates motivation and behavior change. Value, $200 per month in increased savings and debt paydown. Habit 5, quarterly expense optimization, reduces recurring costs. Savings, $150 per month average. Habit 6, weekly planning, eliminates convenience spending. Savings, $400 per month. Habit 7, monthly optimization implementation, improves your financial systems. Value, $100 per month in fees avoided and efficiency gained. Habit 8, weekly money conversations, creates accountability and alignment. Value, $150 per month in prevented relationship-based poor decisions. Habit 9, nightly visualization, maintains motivation and direction. Value, $200 per month in sustained positive behavior. Total monthly financial impact from these 9 tiny habits, $2,200 per month. That's $26,400 per year. Over 30 years, invested at 10% returns, that becomes $4.6 million. 9 tiny habits, none taking more than 10 minutes per day. Total time investment, maybe 30 minutes per day? Create $4.6 million in lifetime wealth. That's not counting the avoided financial mistakes, the better career moves you'll make from increased confidence, the reduced stress and better health outcomes. The total life impact is probably worth $10 million or more, from 30 minutes per day of intentional financial habits. Here's what I need you to understand. Financial literacy isn't about being smart, it's about being consistent. These 9 habits are simple. A 12-year-old could do them. But 90% of adults don't do them, not because they're incapable, but because they never started. They're waiting for the perfect time, the perfect knowledge level, the perfect motivation. And while they wait, years pass and they stay financially illiterate and broke. Habit 4, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to do all 9 habits flawlessly starting tomorrow. Pick 3. Start with 3 of these 9 habits. Do them consistently for 30 days until they become automatic. Then add 3 more. Then add the final 3. Within 90 days, you'll have all 9 habits running. Within a year, you'll be more financially literate than people who've been trying to figure this out for decades. Within 5 years, you'll be wealthy while everyone else is still confused. The difference between people who build wealth and people who stay broke isn't talent or income or luck. It's habits. Small, consistent daily habits that compound over time into expertise and wealth. You can start building those habits today, right now, this moment. Check your bank balance. Read this description for one finance article to read tonight. Plan this week's meals. Pick one bill to negotiate. Update your net worth. Have one money conversation. Visualize your financial goals. These actions take minutes and they change everything. If this video gave you a clear roadmap for building financial literacy through tiny habits, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the Penny Plan for more content that actually helps you build wealth. These 9 habits could be worth $4.6 million to your future self. The only question is whether you're going to start them. You don't need to be